Good morning, it's the 24th of August and I'm on day 2 of Hellingly. Currently having a coffee at the moment. But we see in front of me a Ford Escort van, 1980. Next to that's a Yamaha something R. Let me just adjust myself here. Just going to adjust my chain here. Keep forgetting to do that. So I'm just going to redo part of the show because some of the cars will have changed. Here's a 5 Carat by Thames, I think. It's actually based on the Ford Anglia. So it's got a Ford Anglia front end and there's a van version of it. Here's all the motorbikes. I videoed those yesterday. Now, I did all the tractors yesterday as well. They're not likely to have changed. The steam engines as well. I think we've very much got what we got now. Because steam engines and tractors aren't the fastest things on the planet. Let's have a look at this moto cane though. Yeah, we go over here, we now see what looks to be an AC Cobra. Not sure if I'll get too close as I've got a coffee, but it's an AC Cobra. That's like trying to think what year that is. If we go up here, we see a Volkswagen Type 25. We see a Volkswagen Type 2 parked just behind it. So there's a Volkswagen Type 2. Here's another Type 25. I saw these two yesterday. The Buick 8 and the Chevrolet. Here's a Dodge pickup. Probably not. Yeah, so here we are. There's a Dodge pickup here. Just try and get a... Here's what... This looks like a pretty old school Anglia, but the engine itself definitely is not old school. Well, it kind of is, but it's turbocharged. Oh, another car's just arriving, and that looks like a looks like a Marcos. Yeah, so that looks like a Marcos. I'm sort of redoing the classics, making sure yeah, that's it. Oh, that's handy. They've stuck it on the roll bar. It's an LM500. Also sounds good. I like V8s.
Yeah, I'm getting a few swirls on mine.
So right, we keep working our way around the classic cars. Looks as though that's come over from Germany, that one. Right, we're now gonna go on to the next section. saw this one yesterday, but I didn't manage to video it. But if we look around here, it's a 1935 Ford, so probably here we got a Ford Mustang, probably a 351. The little snake thing on the side must mean it's a Super Snake, either a Super Snake or a Cobra Jet. Here's a Chevrolet Camaro 327 Gen 1, this one. What's this one here? It's a 1960 Turner. I've actually had to have a read of this one because I've never seen one of these before. And here's a couple of minis. One's a drop top, one's a ordinary one. This one I've never seen, so let's focus on this. Okay. Okay. So it's one of those ones that you put together yourself, maybe. I'll say maybe. Right, we're going to leave this bit now and go round to and have a look at the Eastbourne Historic Vehicle Club. Here's the steam engines. Morning. There's the Humber. I've seen this one before a couple of times. No need to say too much, but it's very early days of motoring, that. There's some steam engines down there. I videoed them yesterday, so I don't need to do it again, but I want to try and see them in the arena again because they are a sight to behold. Here's three stationary engines. Now I know these run because I did a live thing on YouTube yesterday with these. Although whether it's uploaded properly or not, I do not know. Technology, newer technology has a habit of being quite spotty. But I'll probably catch these running later. There's a miniature railway. Over there are some more steam engines there from the Claude Jessett collection. Claude Jessett being someone that helped in the preservation of steam, and that's important in the history of. Right, I'm now going to go past the fun fair. This is Harris's. If we go around here, we see a Foden, really quite late-ish sort of Foden. Yes, this is from 1984, 1985. It's a generator set based around, set onto a Foden lorry, and it says it belongs. So that's by, I think that's painted up as Rawlins, so that might be another travelling fun fair. More Harris's. He goes around all the sort of steam fairs and other things. Now I've seen these. I think I saw these somewhere else. That's a Dodge Charger. Although originally a Dodge Charger would not have been a 4-door, but there's another Dodge Charger just here. Looks like a Ford Explorer. Wouldn't want to get chased by that lot anyway. There's another look at the stationary engines.
On headlamp, and the other one was coming.
There's a couple of AEC Matadors. They were originally a military vehicle, but they were sold off after the war, and they would have ended up carrying generator sets. There's two with a couple of Gardner diesel engines on that running as generators. So most of these aren't running yet, but we're going to try and catch a couple more engines running, because, well, I think I've seen this one running. That's a power hacksaw that's powered by a Lister D. There. Right, which one's this one? So this is a stationary engine that in theory is powering the saw, as you see here. But I don't know which stationary engine this is, whether it's a Lister or a Peta or a... It's almost like the engine's trying to make a tune. But when these sort of stationary engines and that particular...
It's a bit easier than that, but it wants a bigger tree.
Right, okay. Fascinating. With that bit, selling it?
Yeah, we tend to sell them off.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well they can zero.
There's the Lister D running the kitchen sink. There's a nice example of an old school sink there. Right, I'm going to swing around like this, because I'm now going to go to the classic cars, because there's a few more than yesterday. So here's the Dodge, that's a Polara. There's the Dodge Polara. Right. Here's a Rolls Royce by looks of things. Some sort of silver shadow, I should think. Ah, wait a minute, that's a Lotus Cortina. Or is it a Cortina Lotus? We do not know. Now it looks like a Lotus Cortina, that. Right, if we move around here we see a Triumph. I think that might be a Herald. Yeah, so that's a Triumph Herald there. This is an Austin A40 Sports next to a Hillman Super Minx. That's got 1725cc engine, this one, which would have been in the Sunbeam Alpine, probably different tune. Now, I saw this one yesterday, that's an Interceptor by Jensen, but this is the 1950s one rather than the more famous one from the 60s. There's a Wolseley, that'll be a Wolseley 1500. NG. I think I saw these ones yesterday actually, but I think there's one just along here, which is an MGA in a little bit of racing trim here. And there's one under the covers. They must not have got up yet. Are they? Morris Minor 1000, Vauxhall Cresta, Bond minicar, there's the taxi, there's the Bond minicar. I've got a better view of that. Well, I did do. Well, I managed to cut most of these. I sort of videoed yesterday, but come up to some side valve Fords. Just in a thing with nostalgia, just complete oblivion to everything else. Actually, I get that way. And there's a Ford 8. Oh, there you go. Chance. Oh. Without so much as a buy or leave. That's the problem with millennials. Just trying to admire some Ford engineering from the 1940s, maybe from the 1940s. So this is a Ford 8, one of the side valve engines. Just trying to remember what year it is. Must be late 40s. Chances are most of the people looking at these probably owned one, or know someone that owned one, or probably wants to own one. No, restoring it. I don't know which one this is, but I might have to. Here we see a Ford Prefect, and next to that looks to be, says 100E Escort, so that's where the Ford Escort name come from. Filming for, okay, it was actually on television, this one. There's a, I think that looks like a Ford Popular, and these were pretty popular. And this is a 103E Popular. I never knew you could actually name a car as to how popular it is, and it just becomes popular. Oh, another Ford Prefect here. This is a different one, different generation of Prefect there. That says it's a Fordson, so it's a pickup. But Fordson usually made tractors. But for some weird reason this says Fordson, because usually a commercial vehicle back in the 50s for Ford was labelled up as a Thames. Oh look, just how do you name a car and literally predict how popular it's going to be? But there's another Ford Popular. Ford have always been pretty well known for building reasonably priced cars, so here's a Triumph Herald again. There's a different one. There's a Mini. There's a Mini. Austin A30 or A35. I can never remember the differences. I've been told about 1,000 times, but I keep forgetting. This is a Ford Consul. Oh, this is a rare one. This is very rare. It's a Ford Cortina with wooden sort of panelling, sort of wood effect panelling. Very rare. This is the only one I've ever seen like that. I've just spotted something else for the... I'll raise that up. Rewarded with a better view of this. Look at that. That's actually very rare to see a Ford Cortina with wooden effect panelling on the side of it. Sort of more reflects the leafy suburbs of America. Most people used to just go with two-tone paint, so these are rare. Here's another Ford console. And this is a Daimler V250. So that has the same engine as the SP250 sports car, which was known as a Dart, but they had a bit of an awkward moment when Chrysler said no. So I had to refer to it as a SP250. Here's a Buick. That looks like a Buick Regal. Is it a Regal or is that something else? Skylark. It's actually a Skylark. So GS. So not a GS 400, just says GS on it. So that's a Buick Skylark. Morris Minor 1000 sedan. Here's a Hillman Minx. If we go across here, we see a DeSoto. So here's a DeSoto Fireflight. We move along now, we see a Zephyr 6. 289 Mustang Coupe or Coupe, depends what. Vauxhall Wyvern. Even the most reasonably priced cars back in the 50s had chrome or some sort of bright work. This is a Vauxhall Victor, 1967. Ooh, yes, Chevrolet Corvette C1. This is like the first of the... So this must be the V8 one, I think. I want to get another angle on this one, so I don't fall about. Let's focus on this a bit and smile. Right, next to that is this. I couldn't get out of his way this time. Here's a Citroen Traction Avant. Didn't see that yesterday. I didn't see the Chevrolet Corvette yesterday either. So here's one I did see yesterday. That's the Riley Elf. That looks like a Fiat 600. Just an ordinary one. Because there was a tuned up version known as the Abarth. I think there was a 595 as well. We're going to go over here now because we see a Rover. What's a Rover 12? Just here. Let's get another. And to my right is a Jaguar Mark. Now, I'm going to have a little read because I saw what I thought was a Mark II, but it turned out to be a Mark I. So. This is a Mark II, so looks like it's been somewhere. We used to export cars many years ago, and for some weird reason they came back. Some of them did. So if we go around here, we see a Ford Zephyr Zodiac. They couldn't decide what it was called. We see another couple of Ford consoles. Got one as a sedan, and if we go over here we see the drop top. Drop tops were very rare back then. I think you had to have them specially done. Ford Anglia 105e. This one I haven't seen before, a Vauxhall 6. So it might have the 6-cylinder that evolved, I think, because they... Another Ford console. Quite a few in this area actually. Oh, I've just spotted something incredibly unusual. But what is it? It's a three-wheeler of some kind. There's an ant sim. Just says ant. Who actually made the ant? We're going to have to look into this. Oh, I think, let's have a look, see if there's anything written down. Yeah, it's an ant. It's just called an ant.
Oh, the one in Mexico. Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, so it's a Reliant Ant, perhaps, because the steering wheel's got an R in it, so it gives the only maker of three-wheelers I know of in Britain properly. I might have to ask, because I've never seen this. Oh. I'm trying to stay out your way here.
Don't worry about it.
I'm just making one big long video and I just don't know what. I think it's called an ant, and I think it's by Reliant, because they're the only people I know that used to make three-wheelers, because they're famous for them. So yeah, so I think this is by Reliant and it's called the Ant. Right, I'm going to try and get a picture on my phone and get some people to try and identify this, because I feel quite clueless. Right, where are we? Instagram, add a picture. No, I don't want to add those pictures. Just going to go back a bit. Deal with that in a minute. Should not try and do two things at once when I'm having a coffee. I'm speaking into the camera. And I don't know what that is. I think it's called an ant. Now we're back on familiar ground. This is a Cadillac of some kind. This looks like a Cadillac. Probably, is this an Eldorado? Because there was an Eldorado and I'm on the lookout for one of those. Not to purchase it though, because they're probably not cheap to run. What is this one? I can't. There's an. Yeah, he doesn't want anyone touching it. I'm not surprised. Not surprised, to be honest. Polishing one of these probably takes an absolute age. But I think that might be an Eldorado. If we move along, we see another Austin A40. Next to that is a Ford F-250 truck. So there's a Ford F-250 truck. Here's a Ford Galaxy 500. I think I've seen that one before, but I don't know, trying to remember where. Yeah, there's a Porsche of some kind. Go take it. Next to a Ford Cortina. No, it's a Lotus. Another. Is it a Lotus Cortina or is it a Cortina Lotus? I think it's Cortina Lotus. That's a Mark II. So there's Porsche. Back to the Porsche. Now let's have a look, see which one this is, because I can never remember. Ah, it's the Boxster. This used to share 90% of all the parts with the 911. And I don't know.